Hey everyone, how you doing today? It's the Prophet here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about my iron ore route east of Everfall. This route should be able to get you around 800 to 1200 iron ore in around 10 minutes, which I would say is very solid. So I'm just going to walk through my route and where you find each ore spot, and we'll get right in the video. So here we are, starting east of Everfall. I will be opening my map throughout this run, but for the most part it's going to take place in all this brownish area on your map that you can see. I'm just going to go through each of these iron spots, these node locations. As you can see, I'm highlighting where it goes. It's mostly all brown. There should be a fair amount of iron ore. I usually get around 800 to 1200, and this is going to also vary on the type of tools that you're going to be using throughout this. As you see, there's 3 nodes right here. There's one here, one to the right, and then another one way over there. I usually would put this in fast forward, but I feel like some people like when you can slow it down and just go to the spot, each different spot, and pick each node individually. Also, we just ran past some cranberries. I would recommend always picking those up just for cooking. There is an ore that spawns right there. Another one that spawns right here. As you can see, the rubble on the ground. Once you do this route a few times, you're gonna get the spawns pretty much down. So I definitely just starting off, just keep making sure you're looking left and right, trying to find the iron. As you see on the mini map, when I open the map next time, you're going to see I'm just following in this gray area, or this dark brown area. You're just going to want to follow it up. Throughout the game, this is going to just be so much faster once you get better tools. Right now I'm using the steel tools with some extra perks on them, but later on, when you have star metal and whatever, and everything higher than that, it's just going to be so much faster. But throughout the open and closed beta and the alpha, this has been by far the best spot for me to find iron. I've used it for so much. In the closed beta, I got to max mining, and everything else was over 100, so this has been the sweet spot for sure. As you see, I like to put a marker on the corner of the brownish area, just so I know which way I'm going at all times. There's a spawn that's to the right here, before the obelisk, on the way right, but it wasn't up, so I just kept running. And then there's always one right up here on the top of the hill. As you can see, it's only been like 6 minutes, and I have over 800 ore already. Then after you finish up the brown area there, you're going to go across the road all the way to the other side. There's not going to be any really over here. The whole point of this is just to keep the circle, so you're going to want to keep just going. You can see I'm looking for it, but I know there's not. Also, during these routes, any speed boosts or any talents that you can take to make you go faster is going to help you in the long run, especially if you're going to be farming for a while. As you see, I'm not even looking for iron here. I just know where it is. There's going to be none right here where I'm zooming in right now. The next time you're going to find iron is up ahead by the water. It's going to be on the left-hand side. There is some that spawns right where I am right now, just right here where I'm running over. And then there's also nodes on the left where I'm going, where I just marked. There's another spawn spot right up here on top of this hill, but it's not here right now. So we're just gonna move on to the next one. This all also depends on how busy the server is at the time and what time of day it is and how many people are out farming. For the most part though, even during closed beta at the peak hours, I was still able to find a good amount. This was my route for basically every single time I needed iron ore. Which in this game is, if you played it before, you know that you need a lot of iron ore throughout the whole game. Especially early on, you're going to want it. This wolf route over here, you can kind of do it however you want, But as you see, there's another three spawn right here, and then I like to go right and then around. There's multiple spawns around this whole area, in kind of each different cove, as each of them gets broken out by big rocks, as you can see on the left here. Between each of the rocks, you can usually find an iron ore. There's one that spawns right here on the right, which wasn't up. And there's another one. Just between each individual rock, there's usually one spawned. Again, if you don't know the route, just always make sure you're looking left and right, because it can be hard to see at times. There's a spawn that right there in that corner, between those two big rocks. It wasn't up. There's a bunch of silver that spawns on these rocks. I know it's used in the early game, but if you also want silver for later on, it's definitely worth getting for jewelry crafting. And then there's another spawn right here where this guy's hiding in the bush, but it's not up. So I decide to end it right here and head back to the town. So, as you guys can see, I made just under 1,000 ore. There were a lot of veins that were already taken, and I feel like if it was a different time of day, I could have gotten a lot more. It averages between probably 800 and 1,200, but for the most part, this is best route that I've personally found, and I hope it helps you guys on your adventures. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.